Hello, Mr. Marvin.
Oh, you sound great, Lizzie. Great job.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yep, that's exactly what I would have said. And let Zach speak into it.
Hello, hello, hello.
Excellent. Good. Okay.
In microbio, if we don't want to answer the question, we say pass it to the next person.
Pass it to the next person.
Pass it to the next person.
That's pretty good. You can do that. You guys, you don't really need to raise your hand or anything. I'll just try to. Yeah, you could. Lizzie, go. Or buzz in. That would be fun.
What's that one game show where they're like, ooh.
Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Can we get to press it while we want to see?
Yeah, that would be good. So we're not going to do that. So we're just... Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Flow Down. This is a podcast featuring conversations with Three Rivers students, faculty, and staff. My name is Andrew Marvin. I teach English at Three Rivers, and my guests today are the 2024 pre-nursing cohort, featuring Zach Duda, Lizzie Turner, and Jazmin Hall. Thank all three of you for being with me on this season finale of my podcast. Dead silence. No response to that.
Thank you, Mr. Marvin. We're very happy that you had us on here.
Thank you, Lizzie. Very nicely done. So let's start by, because you and I, you plural, have known each other since fall 2024, because you guys took English 1010, and I taught that class with you, right? And then we didn't have English 1020 together.
Yeah.
We did?
We had
okay, we had two classes together. I remember now, but didn't you have... I'm thinking of a different... See, everything's fine. Everything... the other cohort did not have me for English 1010. That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay. That makes sense.
You guys without the microphone are not talking. So tell us, Zach, perhaps. Tell us, what is a pre-nursing cohort? What does that mean that you guys are the pre-nursing cohort?
Yeah, so we developed the pre-nursing cohort because a lot of nursing students, when they're trying to figure out what classes they need to get into nursing school, what classes they need while they're in nursing school, it's very overwhelming for a lot of students because there's so much you need to remember. So the pre-nursing cohort is a group of students who have all of the same classes together. We had a couple of faculty members that support us. We had Nicola Ricker, who oversaw it, and Taylor, who is an advisor here at Three Rivers. They showed a lot of support. We were able to have certain opportunities that maybe some students didn't have. We had tutoring hours where we would go every single week. We would get tutoring for the subjects that we needed to get tutoring in. And it's basically just a group of people pursuing the same goal and taking the same classes together. Excellent.
Nicely done, Zach. Let's pass to the next person and try see how that feels. That's staying in. So, a pre-nursing cohort, you guys are all a group of students preparing to apply to the nursing program. Have we applied yet?
Yes, we all three have. We all three got in. Elizabeth Turner, and in this right... Cut that out. Cut the show.
It's all staying in.
Lizzie, have made it into the spring semester. I'm passing it to Jazmin.
I got into fall, but I switched to spring.
Yeah, and I got in for the fall semester, but I did not switch to spring. I stayed.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. I didn't know that we had applied and gotten in. So we did it, everybody.
Yeah, we did it.
Does it feel like, obviously there's a sense of accomplishment. Do we feel like, oh no, now it's real? Or how does it feel now?
For me personally, I'm very, very excited because it's solely nursing courses. I mean, prerequisites, we have general studies, we have extra electives that might not seem as important to us. I mean, I am very excited to jump headfirst into the nursing program because that's what I've wanted to do for a while now. So it feels really accomplishing and just very, very amazing to finally be at the point where, wow, I'm in and I'm starting and I'm going to have a career in 2.5 years.
Yes. Yeah. No small feat. Absolutely. So, and these first 2 years, for those of us that are not pre-nursing or nursing, these first 2 years have mostly been, I think, what we call general education courses, where nothing nursing specific, but things that the nursing courses require, right?
Yeah. So we'll have an associate's degree in general studies, I'm pretty sure. I think with like a focus of science. I'm not really sure the exact name, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do we know what is first up in terms of the nursing courses that we're going to take? You can say, no, I don't know.
I personally don't know.
Yeah, that's future people's
That's
problem.
future Jasmine's problem.
Future Jasmine's problem.
That's after me traveling Europe this fall.
You haven't gone to Europe yet.
I have.
Oh, you have already.
So this past spring, the spring break, I went on the Architecture of the World spring break trip, and it was to Italy, France, and Spain. I went with another pre-nursing cohort member, Kelsey O'Rourke,
Hi, Kelsey.
who sadly could not join us tonight.
That's okay.
She's here in spirit.
She is.
And Lauren Alvarez.
She's actually right behind. Both of them are right behind me.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I have plans on going back with Kelsey because Kelsey is also in the spring, starting spring semester for nursing. So yeah, we're going to take a trip back and enjoy ourselves, work, and we'll be very refreshed for the spring semester.
I've heard about the Architecture Europe trip. It sounds like an exquisite experience. Was it life-changing? Had you done a lot of traveling like that before?
No, I've never been out of the eastern part of the U.S., and the only time I've ever traveled without my mother was to see my uncle. So it was my first time without parental supervision, if you will. So it was definitely out of my comfort zone to be in a different country without my mom or a family member. But yes, it was very life-changing, and I would have not traded that trip for the world. I learned a lot about different cultures. I learned how diverse other countries are, and it opened my eyes to what's really out in the world, and aside from just the United States.
Yeah, fantastic. We went to England on my sabbatical, and I had never really been to Europe either, other than like one vacation to Ireland when I was in graduate school. And yeah, it's amazing to see the wider world. So that's very cool.
Yeah, we met this one man. He knew 5 different languages. I'm like, I only know English and some Spanish. I need to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 languages is really impressive. Some people just have a knack for it. They're polyglots.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm so glad you had a great time, Lizzie. Let's go back to Jazmin and talk about why nursing for you specifically. What is it about the nursing program that made you feel like this is how I want to spend my life?
I know for me, I always knew that the job that I wanted to do, like, I wanted it to be something that gave back to other people and helped other people. And I have 2 nurses in my family, my aunt and my cousin, and I've always looked up to them. They're amazing women. And I think the world needs a lot more great nurses. And that's why I chose nursing personally, and obviously, like, it's an honor to be a part of this program. I mean, it's very, very honorable program, and so I just feel very blessed to even be sitting here.
Absolutely. I frequently get in my technical writing class, a lot of times students' final reports will be about the nursing shortage. So I think it does seem like we need more nurses.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Zach, same question in terms of what brought you to the nursing program.
Yeah, so I decided the nursing program at first only because of the money, because you make a lot of money, which is crazy to say.
Committed to the mic, everybody.
But eventually I found just a group of really wonderful people, the pre-nursing cohort's a few of those wonderful people, and the job itself is just amazing because you're there first in people's worst moments of their lives, on people's worst days in their life. You're there, and you're there to help them, and you really do make a difference.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, you do have to consider we joke, but you do have to consider the practical implications in terms of, I remember when people found out that I was getting an English degree, the obligatory question is always, oh, so you're going to teach? And at the time, I was like, well, I don't know, maybe. But, there was a degree of resentment that I was going to be pigeonholed into a certain thing. But you do have to consider the practical aspect of how am I going to feed myself with this degree. But hopefully nurses don't have that problem. So
yeah, it's what I also like about nursing is it's a very diverse field. There's a lot of different ways that you can go. Like if I wanted to, I could just stop with my 2-year degree and I can be an RN just like every other RN, even if they had a bachelor's degree. Or I can pursue my bachelor's degree, pursue my master's degree. I can go in a bunch of different of fields. There's ICU, med surge. There's just so much diversity to it. And I feel like if I'm ever sick of doing the same thing over and over a day, I can just switch and change my specialty.
That is cool. So is what we're going to be earning when we finish at Three Rivers or CT State is an RN? Is that the RN degree? Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
And so, but then you can go on. There is additional stuff if you want to pursue more nursing.
Yes. So RN is both BSN and associate's degree nurse.
Okay.
Both of those are considered RN. But with bachelor's degree, you learn more about like theory. You learn more professional environment things, and that allows you to get certain jobs that you weren't able to get before. But it's still all the same RN title.
Yeah, got it. And Lizzie, what brought you to the nursing program?
Well, most specifically, my mom. My mom's been a nurse at Bacchus Hospital in Norwich for almost 30 years. Incredible woman, strongest woman I've ever met. And I've just always seen her be so caring. So she's someone I look up to. And I've always wanted to be as caring and as down to earth as she is. What really stuck with me is my father, who passed away. He was given wrong medication.
Oh my gosh.
And it was very heartbreaking. And I just always wanted to give back and just be there for people in their hardest moments. Because I've had people who were there for me in my hardest moments. And I'm a CNA right now in home care. And I'm one-on-one with patients who are sometimes depressed and they need someone that will really lift them up. And it would be an honor to be that person who makes such a change in someone's life.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's what a tragic loss for you personally, but the idea that hundreds, thousands of other people probably will benefit from what you contribute to the world as a result of having to have gone through that tragedy is kind of mind-blowing to think about.
Yeah, no nurse should ever be like lazy enough to make a mistake, but I will never, ever, ever, ever let what's in my personal life reflect on my work. And for my personal job right now as a CNA, I go in, my mind is always on the patient. If I have some home life that's going on, like that's out the window while I'm there. Mm-hmm. My full focus is the patient. And it's just, I don't know, I'm just really, really excited to be able to be smart enough to help people in that aspect.
Yeah, I really relate to that because one of the things that I learned as a karate instructor, which I did for many, many years before I became an English teacher, was that you can't let what's going on in your personal life affect the students. And I think learning how to develop that ability to leave your baggage outside, in the parking lot has been instrumental. And so, as you guys know, I'm always excited to see you in class, regardless of what happened minutes before.
Yeah.
But I think it makes a big difference because it's like, sort of fake it till you make it thing. So, there's plenty of days where I'm not feeling it on this particular day. But then you get in the classroom or you get into the hospital or wherever you're doing your thing and you put on the face and you turn on the nurse or you turn on the English professor. And then by the end of it, you're like, this is the best. And you feel way better than you did going into it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So Jazz, what did you guys know each other before? Because I remember, because it was when we had English 1010 and then English 1020 together. It was our first semester together, but everybody clicked so quickly. Did you know each other before that?
So the only person that I knew prior to the cohort, and I only found out that day in your class that we were going to be together, was Lizzie.
Wow.
And so when I saw her, it was just like, it was funny because I was like, oh my God, like, it's so nice to see you. Because we hadn't seen each other in years.
Wow.
And she was like, oh my God, like, it's so nice to see you. I'm like, this is my class right here. And she was like, this is my class right here. And I'm like, wait, are you in the nursing cohort? She's like, yeah, I'm in the nursing cohort. And I'm, oh my God. So it was really exciting, like, and almost like kind of like a breath, like, or like weight lifted off of me that I did know someone. And so, like, obviously we sat together right away, and it was like old times. Like, we were best friends, and then like we hadn't seen each other in years. Mm-hmm. And then Kelsey and Lauren actually like when we became friends, they told us that day when they saw us that Kelsey said to Lauren, those are going to be our friends. Like, we need to be friends with them.
Wow.
And then Zach, like, we met Zach and got closer to Zach. And so, like, it really just has been our group, like, the whole time, which is really weird. It just clicked so well. Mm-hmm. And I can't tell you, like, why, but we just work really well together.
Yeah, we talked about it in our cohort committee meetings. Like it seemed like you guys just clicked together so naturally, which is very cool. It's always good to have a buddy, let alone 4 other buddies, or more than that. So I think we've kind of been talking about this a little bit, but what is it about being in a cohort that you have found to be particularly helpful? Because I know a lot of people. One of the great benefits of college is that you get to meet people that you wouldn't otherwise meet, and you get to learn about not lifestyles, but you get to learn about other people's experiences that you wouldn't otherwise have exposure to. So, but what has it been about being in the cohort that you feel like has really helped you make it to this point?
Well, I think it's safe to say, like, nursing and pre-nursing is not an easy field at all. And so I think being in the cohort, it gives you a community of people to go to when you are having rough days, like, wow, that exam was really hard, or like I blew that quiz. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not alone in that way. Whereas, like, if I were to just go to college not in the cohort, like, it's very easy to assume that other people, like, it's coming easy to them, and like, wow, am I the only one that, like, is struggling right now? Like because I'm struggling right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I think being in the cohort for me, like, really gave me a community to, like, just, like, share experiences with. And also, like, again, like, having your teachers and stuff, like, be really close to you, and, like, the tutoring, like, it all just really, like, I felt so supported while, like, in the cohort, and I wouldn't change anything for the world at all.
That's awesome. We just talked about it in my class that I taught before this. We had our end of semester sort of reflective discussion, and it came up in that discussion that it's so easy to think that everybody else has their stuff together except for me, because only you know what's really going on inside you, and everybody else seems to have their stuff together. And this is what is so insidious in part about social media, is that it seems like everybody knows what they're doing except for me. And I think I can certainly relate to the idea that being in the cohort helped you be vulnerable together in a way that must have been really comforting. How about Zach and Lizzie? What have you, anything particular from the cohort that you feel like has really helped you out?
I also can agree with a lot Jazmin says. I feel like I had a lot of support in my early semesters because I was homeschooled all of my life up until college. I never went to a traditional high school facility, and having that cohort, at first I felt like I didn't really belong in maybe the first day of class or something, but very quickly I got with this group and they were very kind to me, and I had no idea why they wanted to be friends with me, but I was there for the vibes, and the vibes were great. And I felt supported. I really felt like I belonged in a community. I was nervous going into college, and I feel like this pre-nursing cohort really was able to kind of guide me from just doing assignments at home in my room and not really interacting with many other people to having a community and being able to enjoy college because I didn't have to worry about making friends. I already had friends. All I had to do was I just focus on my studies.
Yeah. It's so, it's one of the, not treacherous, but it's one of the trickiest things for us working at the community college level and trying to encourage people to come to us and take classes with us, is that it is really easy to drive here, take class, and then leave. And I think the cohort certainly has the benefit of it giving you a reason to hang out, and to go get lunch together, or to go work on studying for this or writing this paper or whatever together. And I think that does make a big difference. Zach, in terms of the homeschooling experience, not even necessarily related to the cohort, but you said you were homeschooled up to college itself, up to when you came here. So tell me a little bit more about what that transition was like for you. Was it super overwhelming and just like, what is happening?
That's exactly what I would ask myself. What is happening? All of middle school, I did mostly a homeschool curriculum where it's just like my parents taught me. My mom would do the reading. My mom wasn't very good at math, so she had my dad teach me math, and my grandfather, he taught me math also. And it had a lot of good things about it. It brought me closer to my family.
Sure.
And it brought me closer to my faith and all of that. But it was all of high school too. I just did an online school. The difference between middle school and high school is middle school was just my parents teaching me. High school, I had actual teachers. I was in a Seton online schooling program, and I had actual teachers, but we had no form of communication. I couldn't email them or anything. It felt like they were a little bit unreachable. And then college was my first in-facility experience on campus. And it was overwhelming. I came on the first day and I was like, I need to find out where everything is as soon as I can because I don't want to be behind.
Yeah.
But I wasn't behind. And even though the transition was a little bit rough, it eventually got better. I found my people and it became a really nice thing.
Yeah. Now you work in Dean Kitchell's office, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Look at that. Moving up in the world.
I work for Dean Kitchell, yep.
Amazing. Thanks, Zach. Lizzie, tell me about what the cohort has meant for you.
The cohort has meant everything to me. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, especially before college, they look at college and look at the partying aspect. And it's easy to get with the wrong crowd or this or that and get into bad things and then not focus on your studies and etc. But when I knew Jazmin, and then when I met Zach, Kelsey, and Lauren, they really challenged me as a person, challenged me as a student. I look up to each of them, all the same, but in different ways. I mean, they're all different, unique people. They make me look at myself, better myself, and they make me comfortable with who I am. And they made me really want to focus on school and like, wow, we're doing this together, and, you know, be good nurses and be good students and get good grades and get in together. And it's been a ride. And also, I want to mention the teachers also, the professors. Mr. Marvin, for example,
Hello.
You were amazing.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy we had you for 2 semesters. And then Nicola Ricker, who I look up to as another like mom figure. She's the last person in the world I'd want to disappoint. I told her that today. And she's very energetic, and she made me work hard and made me enjoy working hard and the outcome. And she made getting good grades and studying really, really hard for those grades, it felt amazing. It felt 100 times better to work hard and receive those grades by hard work rather than these kids these days with their AI.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
I know you did a study.
I studied. I don't know if I did a study, but yeah, it's so funny how everything interconnects, because we were just talking about this in my end of semester reflections today with my 2 in-person classes, and how there's so many. You know, I always say that the easy thing is usually not the healthy thing. And it's super easy when you have an essay button to just press the essay button. But the hard work is, I said at commencement, I guess it was last year, I said when I did the faculty greeting that it's the difficulty that is the growth. And the struggle is what living is about. You know, if everything was just easy and a piece of cake, I mean, you really get anywhere or grow or become different, you know? So, the fact that if you can find joy, or you can find, if you can learn to love the work, I think you're going to be so much better off. And it sounds like you guys definitely have.
Yes, I definitely love the science-y parts. Sometimes the electives, like I love art, but as a class, cut this out. Art did not love me. I'm not very artistic.
That's okay.
He did grade me on my effort, and my 100% effort really did not look like much. So I am very sorry.
That's okay. I don't think you need to apologize for that. I think it's important to, again, taking a bunch of different courses, you do need to learn what you're not into.
Yeah.
Because that helps you assert what you are into.
And like our first semester, we had history with Dr. Delaney. I adore Dr. Delaney. He is very punctual and he really keeps you on task. And he was a very first impression on you need to work for your grade. And he set us up for success, and I'm very grateful to know him. And but yeah, history, when I saw that in the cohort, I'm like, history? I'm a nursing major.
Yeah.
But then I realized, okay, history made me a better student. I'm going to need history. History is important for personal growth and like growth as a citizen. Maybe not for nursing specifically, but every single class we've had taught me something.
Yeah, definitely. These are not paid endorsements of any of these professors, by the way.
Yes,
So,
I love everyone, all my professors.
well, that's wonderful that you've had so many great instructors because the teacher makes a big difference in any given class. So.
They do. Specifically, just wow, we were very, very fortunate with our first semester. With you, Elizabeth Allen, Erin Mulhern, Dr. Delaney, and we were very fortunate for that first impression.
Awesome. I wish you guys continued great teachers. So you guys are the 2024 nursing cohort, pre-nursing cohort. Well, I guess you're a nursing cohort now. But there's another group of students, right, in the current cohort whom we haven't met, right? We haven't had a chance to meet those new students yet, right?
No, we have not met them at all.
Well, I assume they're all listening. And so if you were going to impart a lesson or some advice for new pre-nursing students that you have gained over these 2 years, becoming experienced, wizened experts in getting into the nursing program, what might your advice be?
There's going to be classes that you're not going to want to take, and you're going to question, like, why do I need to take this class? But, like, just taking it one step at a time and knowing, like, and like getting something out of every class regardless of what it is, I think is so important. Like Lizzie said, like I have learned something from every class that I have taken, whether it be like nursing specific or not. And I think it's just really important to take every single class seriously. And also, like, another thing is, like, don't be too hard on yourself, like, at all. Like, my first semester, like, I was freaking myself out. Like, I was like, I need to figure everything out right away because, like, if I don't do that, then I'm gonna fail and I'm not gonna become a nurse. And now, like, look where I am. Like, it takes time, and it's okay to take your time.
It's pretty good.
I would say one piece of advice that I could give to other aspiring nurses, it's not really good to force yourself to study how everyone else is studying. You have to find a way that's going to work for you, and you have to just allocate the time. You just need to put in the time, and then you'll see the fruits of your labor. And just don't put yourself into a box. You know, I would say when you tell yourself you are something, you will become that something. So if you say, I'm a failing student, I'm not going to make it, then that is going to be a very real situation for you. You just need to go at it at your own pace, study whatever way works for you, find out whatever ways that works for you. And yeah, you just got to put an effort for yourself. And another side note is definitely take care of yourself. Don't just prioritize school. As important and as big as you think it is, you really need to focus on all other aspects of your life. You need to find some kind of balance where this isn't your only outlet for effort.
Yeah, excellent. I was going to say, you do have to make it happen. You do have to manifest it, but every choice that you make on a daily basis kind of brings you closer to that thing that you want or who you want to be. So yeah, I think that's great advice, Zach. Thank you.
My advice is enjoy every moment. I mean, my second semester, I was missing Honestly, nothing. I still had my near and dear professors. I mean, I miss Dr. Delaney, but not history that much. I'm so sorry, Dr. Delaney. But I saw you in the halls, so I was okay.
Yeah, you got your dose.
And then, I mean, third semester, I missed Mr. Marvin, I missed Professor Allen, and then now fourth semester, I miss Professor Ricker, and next semester, I'm going to miss Professor Selk. You just got to enjoy every moment. And a good friend of mine told me that if you focus in the now, you're okay. If you focus in the past, you get depressed. If you focus on the future, you get anxious. So just focus on the now, be your best self now, and just enjoy everything. Because life is fleeting, whether you like it or not. These will be precious memories one day. So might as well enjoy them.
Yeah, I love that advice about dwelling on the past makes you depressed and worrying about the future makes you anxious. And I try to maintain that for myself too, because it's really, especially at the end of the semester, thinking about, I have to do this and I have to do this and I have to do this and I have to do this. But when you think about it right now, I'm just driving my car, and that's easy.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
that's a good way to look
or
at
I'm
it.
just thinking about it. It's so easy to worry about what's coming next or to replay in your mind, things that happened. But really, when you pause and think about like, well, what's happening right now? And usually you're okay.
Yeah, I agree, because especially in the past, you cannot change that. It's gone. In the future, nobody can control the future. And it's just good to be your true, authentic self and let life happen and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. What has been the biggest struggle in these first couple of years?
For me, I think the biggest struggle was motivation for the electives that didn't really seem that necessary. Which I hate to say it because I know we need everything. I know we do. I know it's there for a reason. But especially shout out to Nicola Ricker. Shout out. Your class was extremely painfully hard.
I was like, I don't know, Rick, but yeah.
It was very hard, and it was hard to focus on that and get the good grades and focus on everything else. So that was a struggle, but we got it all done. And that's my biggest struggle. Another one would just be just motivation in general. It doesn't matter on the class. Sometimes it's easy to get mixed in your just normal, quote unquote, boring life and just go through with the motions when you're so busy. But yeah, it's been very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's short-term pain, long-term gain, I think.
I agree.
It's, and having been through Rick's class, you can always...
She said, don't call me that.
Okay. Not my words. I'm just quoting.
I set him up for that, Professor Ricker.
But making it through that challenge and coming out the other side, now you'll always have the memory of that experience.
Yes.
As opposed to always thinking like, I bet I probably could have done that, or always wondering if you would have.
Yeah.
Now you always have it.
And I remember I was in a study room with Lauren at the end of AP2, and I was like, I'm getting really sad. I was tearing up. I'm like, I'm going to miss Nicola. I'm going to miss her as my professor. I might not miss AP1 and AP2 because it took everything out of me to do good in those courses. But everything that takes up a bunch of your life should be missed. Not should be, but can be and deserves to be, because it was a big part of your life.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, first, to build off to what Lizzie was saying, to put it in perspective, we took a full course load each semester. And so not only were we taking AMP1, AMP2, we were taking all other classes as well. So I second that. Motivation, when you're taking a full course load of extremely hard classes, it's hard. It really is, especially during the end of the semester. That final push is brutal, really brutal. But so anyways, but for me, a struggle, I feel like was just like figuring out the way that I learn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like everyone's high school experience is obviously different. And my high school, we had homework, but it was, dare I say, it wasn't terrible to the point where like I didn't have to study to get good grades. It came naturally. And so when I got to college and I took that first AMP1 quiz, I was like, Jesus. Like, I'm like, that's pretty bad. And so, like, figuring out, like, what works for me, I think was a big struggle. And, like, again, like I said before, like, my whole mindset, like, you have to figure it out so fast. Like, it was a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. And it gets easier. But it was a struggle, definitely, at first, like, to figure that out. Yeah. I'm sure for any person, but it does get better.
Yeah, we say all the time that college is often about learning how to learn. So, but you do have to be aware that you need to do that. And yeah, the full-time thing I think is easily overlooked. Being a full-time student is a full-time job. And a lot of our students are taking a full-time course load and working 1 job, 2 jobs, taking care of kids, relatives, etc.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's tough out there, but we get it done.
I would say one thing I definitely struggle with is to balance everything in my life. Because as I was kind of saying earlier, how nursing can be such an opponent. It's like, it's so easy to neglect all other aspects of your life and to do all of my studies while also trying to keep like my fitness journey going, have good nutrition, my family, make sure they feel loved and appreciated, my friends, make sure they feel loved and appreciated, and myself, make sure your own mental health is secure. So to just really balance all of that, I feel like I was not very used to.
Yeah, it's such great advice, Zach, because it all contributes. I think about integrity a lot, and if you remember about source integration, which for me means using all the pieces working together. And so to be a person of integrity for me means that all the pieces have to be working together. And so yeah, I mean, what does your diet have to do with teaching or have to do with being a nurse? But like, if you're not feeling your best, then you're not going to be teaching your best or nursing your best or whatever the case is. And it would be really easy to skip a workout because like, oh, I don't have time, I got to grade these papers or whatever the case is. But like, the exercise is not optional because I need that to be at my best in the classroom. And so I think that's great advice.
I definitely think I agree with that. Everything affects everything, and anything you do reflects everything you do. And when you go to the gym and you're working out and you've had good meals all day, you feel good about yourself, and you're like, you know what, I'm motivated. Maybe I do want to study. Mm-hmm. And you get to studying, and then you feel good about yourself about that, and then you have time to hang out with your family members. And so yeah, definitely everything affects everything.
Yeah, 100%. Very good. I know you guys are busy, so I won't keep you much longer, but let's end on some positive notes. Obviously we're excited about starting our nursing program like we began with, but what else is going on in your lives that you're excited about? It doesn't even have to be academic, but what are you thinking about these days when you're like, oh yeah, I can't wait for that?
I have a camping trip coming up this summer.
Ooh, tell us about that. Where are you going?
I'm going to Wolf's Den Campground, although I go on multiple camping trips over the summer. That's something I really like to do with my family. I usually go there. We have this annual thing where all of our friends come together. We pretty much book out the whole campground because my family knows a lot because I have a really big family. I have 9 siblings, tons of cousins, tons of aunts, tons of uncles. So we all come together and we just book the whole thing out, and then we have a great camping trip. So we go to Wolf's Den, we go to sometimes we go to Mount Monadnock, sometimes we go to Duda. There's a lot of great places in New Hampshire. So that's something to look forward to.
Is that where Wolf's Den is? Because I feel like I live near a Wolf's Den in East Haddam, which is like a campground sort of thing.
I am the wrong person to ask because I am absolutely horrible with anything geographical.
Is it, what kind of camping are we talking about here? Are we talking about sleeping bags on the ground, or are we talking about cozier camping than that?
We used to have a camper, and when it was like less of us camping, when it was a smaller thing, it wasn't really always an annual trip. When it was less of us camping, those who actually like camping would go, and we would get a camper. But now we do tents, sleeping bags, hammocks. And yeah, we don't really, not many of us have campers really. It's mostly tents.
Nice. Good for you. I like the outdoors as much as the next guy, but I feel like I don't really need to sleep on the ground. I feel like I could picture that. Yeah, Jazmin agrees with me. Okay.
That's the fun of it.
Is that the fun of it?
No, it's not. For me, having a rock in your pack.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like it's just the community, you're all in the outdoors together, and we do sports and
Yeah.
sense of camaraderie, I guess.
Yeah, and get away from the technology and unplug a little bit for sure, I'm sure. Nice. Thanks, Zach.
It's only worth it if they have service and I can use my phone. Just kidding. But the sleeping bag definitely makes you appreciate your actual bed
That's
better
true.
when you get back. For me, I'm looking forward to finally recovering from my third ACL tear.
Oh my gosh. Why do you keep tearing your ACL?
Because I keep playing soccer.
Just
okay?
stop doing that.
This time, we're done.
How many
my
ACLs
relationship,
do you have? I'm not a nurse, so is it just the 2 ACLs that you have?
You have one in each knee.
Okay.
And they take from your tendons. They took from my quadricep tendon, the first 2, my left and right. And then I tore my right again, and they took from my patellar tendon. It's not funny.
Okay.
But my relationship with soccer is done. Period. We're done. We're done.
By choice or?
By whatever the heck you think,
Yeah.
we're done.
Yeah, we're going to have a bionic Lizzie over here pretty soon.
They said that if I do play, I should play with a brace, and I'm like, I'm not chancing it.
Mm-hmm.
But before I tour again, I was getting really into horseback riding, and I can't ride Thor till August.
Because of the ACL?
Yes.
Well, all
'cause
you
I
have to
had
do is sit there,
surgery.
right? Why?
It's a lot of knees.
A lot of knees.
It's a lot of knees.
Okay.
And yeah, it's really sad. And then I was out of work for a month. It's just not worth it to tear it. In
Yeah.
high school, it was I just have to play. I have to play. I have to play. That's all I know. I'm an athlete. Now it's I'm a daughter. I'm a student. I'm a horseback rider. I'm a friend. I'm a sister. I'm everything. I'm not an athlete anymore. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Hopefully going back to Europe with Kelsey, like I mentioned, and just being present with family and friends this summer.
Sure.
Is going to be amazing because I have 9 nieces and nephews.
Jeez, you guys with the 9 other family members.
There's a lot.
Yeah. That's great. I'm glad your ACL is on the mend. It's not the years, it's the mileage, they say.
Yes, that is what they say. Hopefully it stops hurting.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
But yeah, the scars are just battle scars, they say.
Yeah.
You're gonna go, what's wrong with your knees?
That was great what you said, though, about how now you're a daughter and you're a nurse and you're this and you're that, because I always think about a pie chart and each slice being part of your identity. And
Yes.
that was what was tough about the pandemic for me, is that who am I when I'm not all these things that I normally am in real life. So I think that's a really good perspective.
Yeah, there was one time in my life where I was on 3 different soccer teams. I mean, me and Jazmin met through dance, and our dance teacher basically handed me an ultimatum. You're either committed to this or you're committed to that. And I said, not a chance. Soccer's my friend.
Wow.
And then he stabbed me in the back.
Oh, no. Jeez. Not literally, I hope.
No, not literally.
That's good.
Just stabbing knee pains.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Well,
I'm a 90-year-old grandmother with these knees.
Oh. What was the question?
What are you excited about?
Well, I'm into theater,
Uh-huh.
and so I plan on auditioning this summer for a show. Don't want to jinx it,
Okay.
but I'm excited for that, and I'm hopeful.
Is this acting or musical theater?
Musical. So actually was it my first or second semester? I think it was my second semester. I did a show, and it just, and I've done shows before, but this show specifically just changed everything for me. It was my first ever lead, and so it really just reestablished the love that I have for it.
Yeah. What can you say? What show it was?
Once on This Island.
Ooh. Okay.
I played Timoon, and so literally that summer after, I auditioned at a theater for Hello Dolly, and I ended up getting Mini Faye, which was the role that I wanted as well. So like I kind of like want to keep on that, like keep going on that.
Good for you.
So I'm really excited about that. And like, obviously I start in the spring for nursing. So having that fall off to, Christmas, Halloween, like I haven't had a chance to like really like celebrate those things while I've been in college because I've been just so focused on, the goal of becoming a nurse. But now we're here and I have all this time, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Good to have a little downtime. We're seeing Jesus Christ Superstar on Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love watching shows. Have you ever seen like Broadway shows or?
Yeah, we've been to a few. We saw Sweeney Todd on Broadway. Sweeney Todd's my favorite.
Love that.
Yeah, a big Sondheim guy. I haven't seen all of his plays, but
haven't had a chance to see it, but it's on my list. Absolutely.
Sweeney Todd is coming to the Hartford stage.
Really?
Yeah. This summer, I think. And what did we just see? We saw Death of a Salesman also at Hartford stage.
Nice.
Which I love Death of a Salesman. So
we all went to New York pretty recently, and we all saw Book of Mormon. It
my
was
dad loves Book of Mormon.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
You're a Mormon? Was a Mormon. Did seeing the musical dissuade you from that, or?
Yes, I was fully Mormon until I saw the musical. Just kidding.
Now you're only partially Mormon.
So my father versus my mother was more religious.
Okay.
And they had different religious beliefs. And my dad was Mormon and was Mormon all the way up until the end of life. But his whole family, his whole side was Mormon. So we just went to Mormon church and the Book of Mormon was very funny because I got the jokes. So,
that is good. See, the more things you try, the more things you know.
It was amazing. Whoever has not seen the Book of Mormon, you need to go. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's got to be my dad and my stepmom's favorite because they've seen everything and they always talk about Book of Mormon. So,
really?
Yeah. You guys have been terrific. My last question for you is that we always end with recommendations for the listeners. And again, I know you didn't have a chance to prepare this in advance, but this can be anything that you want to leave the listeners with in terms of a recommendation, something that you've seen or watched or heard, or a thought or a study strategy. Could be for other students, could just be for anybody who wants to check it out. But what's one thing you recommend?
You need to learn how my grandma makes squash and zucchini. And you need to eat it, and you need to cook chicken apple sausage and eat that as well.
Okay.
And watch Heartland.
Heartland, is that a television show?
It is.
Okay.
It's surrounded by horses.
Surrounded by
horses. But it's family. It's family show. It follows a family through life. It's still ongoing. I think it started in 2007.
Okay, so a lot of seasons probably.
Yeah, I think they're on season 19. I'm not fully caught up. I'm on season 14.
Okay.
I am a robot. I watch a lot of television. But on a serious note, I mean, just stay close to your loved ones. Not everything is promised.
That's true. Very good. Thank you, Lizzie. A variety of recommendations there. Nice job.
To kind of tie back to what we were saying, any student in general who needs a break from school, I totally recommend having a New York trip. There's so much that you can do. And to kind of build on that, I totally recommend seeing a Broadway show. I obviously have seen Book of Mormon. I've seen Six. I've seen Chicago. I've seen Moulin Rouge. I've seen Hamilton. I've seen The Wiz. And like the list goes on. And it's just a phenomenal experience and kind of like gives you a chance to put the school stuff like away for a little bit. But yeah, that's what I would recommend.
Would you live in New York if you could?
No. No.
Me neither.
Like, no, not at all. I've like considered it just because I love going so much, but not in the city. Mm-hmm. I would live like outside the city maybe, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
So, and also to mention, I'm not really sure how it works because I've never done it, but I think Three Rivers provides a bus to New York as well if you're a student here. Mm-hmm. So make that trip.
Yeah, it's I've been to New York many times over the years as a kid and as an adult, and I do really enjoy being a very tiny, tiny organism in this huge ecosystem, but it's incredibly overwhelming and stimulating. And I don't think I could ever live there myself. So, but great recommendation if you haven't been to New York City. I mean, it is the greatest, they say. Yeah. Thanks, Jess.
I just recommend that you try Raising Cane's fried chicken. Well, that's somewhere that we went in New York City. I went on the trip with them to the school trip that Student Programs offers here at Three Rivers, and we had Raising Cane's for lunch, and it was so good. They have this amazing sauce. You can get a sauce in a cup. You can get a full cup just full of the sauce.
Cup of sauce.
That's not something I ordered personally, but that's something I would order because it was good. And yeah, they've got fried chicken. They've got these like crinkle cut fries. Really good. Small menu, but quality over quantity.
Is that a New York thing specifically?
There's not many locations. It's not New York specific, but there's not many locations, and there's a location in New York. Mm-hmm. So,
where do we land on crinkle cut fries in terms of the ranking of fries?
I wouldn't say top 3.
No, I don't think so either.
I would say like maybe top 10. It depends on if...
Top 10 at best.
Top 10 at best.
Top 10 at best.
I think curly fries are up there.
Curly fries are number 1 easily.
That's
thumbs up from Lizzie. Yep, Jazmin's nodding.
Yep, we agree. I also like waffle fries. Chick-fil-A waffle fries, super good too. Chick-fil-A waffle fries with Raising Cane sauce would go pretty well.
Lizzie is pantomiming
disagrees.
vomit about waffle fries.
I don't like fries. The only fries I like are curly Cajun fries from Hank's Dairy Bar in Plainfield, Connecticut.
Wow, that's very specific.
It is very specific. And their shaved steak sandwich.
Nothing
and their whole belly clams.
Love a whole belly clam, sure. All right, very good. Guys, thank you so much. This has been terrific. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you'd like to say or would like me to ask you about? We feel like we covered it.
I think we're good. We got some great conversation.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Go ahead, Lizzie.
Are you going to become a nursing instructor so we'll have you again?
Oh, no, I don't think so. But you are welcome to, you could probably audit any class that I teach or just, take a pass-fail or something. Just come hang out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing that I was going to say earlier is that, you don't... Courses are temporary, but we professors live forever, so we'll always be here when you want to come back.
I've noticed that.
It's like a breath of fresh air. Like, legit. Oh.
What is?
I said your course was like a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thanks. What makes you say that?
I don't know. It just, the way you teach, it is amazing. I feel like even, to be specific, writing an essay can be very daunting. I think you break it up perfectly. I've taken a good amount of English classes. Yours is definitely my favorite that I've ever taken. Just simply for the way that it's structured, the way that you teach. I think it's great. It's very clear, and I would say it's a breath of fresh air.
Well, thank you very much. I'm not fishing for compliments, but at the end of the semester,
he paid us. Just kidding.
We'll settle up afterward. But at the end of the semester, when we're all worn down and beaten down, it is nice to hear that for some people it works. So that's great. Guys, thank you so much. This was wonderful. You all spoke wonderfully, and I'm so proud and glad to hear about your success, and have no doubt that you will continue to enjoy that success. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Marvin. We're sorry we made you play phone tag with us for months.
It was email tag, so that's
email
fine. You
tag.
Didn't make me play phone tag. I would have been upset about phone tag, but no, email tag.
Ring, 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 ring,
yeah,
ring, ring.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Mr. Marvin. We have just had a blast being a part of this podcast. And even though, like Lizzie said, it was a little bit hard to get us all here in one place, I think it was 100% worth it. And now I could say I've been a part of a podcast.
Exactly.
Woo, woo.
Yeah. Speaking of which, thank you, everybody, for listening. And if you enjoyed the show, please tell somebody else to listen to it, because that helps us out. This will be the final episode of the 2025-2026 academic year. So thank you again for your continued listenership, and we will see you in the fall.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you in the fall.
See you in the fall. Thanks, guys. That was awesome.
Was it?
So good. Yeah. Such a piece of cake. I had no idea how it was going to go, having three of you here. But no, I think it was super smooth.
I like that. It was really fun. It was nice. I enjoyed that.
It is fun, isn't it? It's just another thing, right? Where it's like, oh, it would be easy if I just didn't do that. But then, once you do it, it feels good, and you feel glad that you did it. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you. I'm going to turn everything off. You're welcome to... you got to get to bingo, Lizzie. What are we doing?